And the vicar said to the prostitute, if I could do that, I wouldn't need you. Oh, sorry. Right now. Audi. Let's do the Audi this week.
Right.
So we're after last week's running about with the gullwing. Nice colour though, isn't it?
It's a nice colour, that.
I do like that.
Not silver, though.
Not silver. Everybody thought it was going to be silver, and it wasn't. Yeah, back onto the Audi. Can I have a tiny rant on the Audi?
If you must.
Right. Audi, when we did the last video, only got, I think, about 1,800, 1,500 views. Bit disappointing. And if you're watching, the reason we're doing the Audi is because I'll do a very quick, shall I do a quick recap? Yeah, I'll do a quick recap. Yeah. 2 years ago, I'll drop a few photos in. 2 years ago, we started with this Audi. Found it in, a lady phoned us up and said her father had passed away and that was his car, and it's been in a barn in Wetherby. And we went and picked it up, got it back and started stripping it ready. Gentleman came and purchased the car and wanted us to do it. And so we started it. That was his colour choice. This was the colour that my old Porsche was, my 964. Which is Amazon green. It's a beautiful colour, really nice colour. Painted by Leah ADV in Hull. If you need any paintwork, good quality paintwork, go to see him, he's brilliant. Link in the description, as per usual. So we started doing it, and then the gentleman unfortunately ran out of money. It's been sat here and we were going to leave it. The issue that we've got is that when we do, I nearly sat on it then.
Don't do that.
No. When we do, this is the issue that other people have had, and I've seen a rant that Ricky from RE Performance did this week or last week. When you're doing builds like we're doing the gullwing, I can physically paint, but I can't paint to the standards that the guys at Collab can do or Lee can do. So I leave that to them. That's their job. They're brilliant at it, and let them do what they need to do. So while the cars are over there, we've got to do something to give you content. We've said before, we don't have a professional cameraman, do we? We've got...
You cheeky sod.
Yeah, you're behind the camera, man. You're behind the camera.
I'm going to start checking it about now. Building floor.
Yeah, you're behind the camera, and for good reason as well, aren't you?
Yeah. I've got this for radio, as people say.
Yes, so you're behind the camera, you do that. We don't employ anybody because we can't afford to. We just do this. Obviously, I pay Alex for coming in and helping me out. We just do this for a bit of fun, nothing else. So when we did the gullwing the other week, when we first started that, and it started taking off, and we did the video with the wheels, didn't we, the other month, the other week, that got like 10,000 views, which we love that. That was brilliant. So thank you if you watched that. And then you put the video out of the Audi of us doing the suspension, and it bombs and gets like 1.5 views, which is, let's say, I don't understand it. I really don't understand the analytics, and like I say, Ricky was having a rant about this. So if you did watch it, please help us out, like, subscribe, tell your mates about it, or share it on Facebook or on social media. It all helps us. So like I say, we just do this for fun, really, but it'd be nice if people did watch it, wouldn't it, and watch what we do. So you can't just do one car, unfortunately, when you're doing a build, because if we were just to do the gullwing, and while Ben and the guys are prepping it and getting it ready for paint, we just did nothing, then we wouldn't have a video going out for weeks. So we thought we'll do the Audi. We have got another project that we are looking at the moment, but we're doing the Audi, we're getting the stuff on this and doing the parts that we can do that physically not costing as much money, or we've already got the parts. So we started this 2 years ago, stripped down, painted, Amazon green, as I said. We're now going to put on parts to make it movable, and The reason that we put in on, we did this on the video the other week, didn't we? We were saying we were putting outboard brakes on it.
Yeah.
Is because the engine that came with this is a 1.9, it was a 1.9 3-speed automatic. We never found third gear, did we? It only stopped in second.
No, it stopped in second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it revved to about 5,000 revs before it changed. And it was like, I felt like, old time reference here, I felt like Val Doonican, you know, driving a car in a rocking chair. Because it was like, first gear, second gear. Oh, God, it was horrible. And it was gutless, wasn't it? There were nothing. Won't pull the skin off a rice pudding. So we decided, let's get rid of that engine, which we did in my last Audi 100 that I did. And we put in a 1.8 20 valve turbo out of a B5 Passat. Once you do that, that causes all sorts of problems. The reason why is the gearbox and the engine, it's got the brakes, as I said, the inboard brakes. So the brakes are actually mounted to the gearbox and then the drive shafts come off of it. So when we decided last time, and we're doing it with this, when we put the 1.8 20 valve turbo engine in, the engine on the Passat, it's the same engine that's in the Golf and everything like that, but rather than it being transverse, it's longitudinal.
One of them.
Yeah, one of them. It goes that way.
Yeah.
So rather than going that way, it goes that way. So the gearbox goes at the back, just like a traditional car. Like a traditional rear-wheel drive car, I suppose, isn't it? But there's still front-wheel drive. So we had to put on brakes from the Passat. And as I mentioned last week, the hubs, if you go back, I might try to put a link in. I'm not good at this YouTube stuff, but we did part 1 and part 2 of the Audi project or something, where it showed the hubs that we'd got, and we converted them to discs so that they would accept discs. Yeah. So now that's what all this lot is. We actually didn't put in Passat bearings, did we? We bought some bearings from America that were shipped over. Do you remember? There are different.
Oh yeah, because we couldn't get outside part bearing.
We couldn't get outside part bearing, right? Could we?
Yeah.
So we had to. So we got them, and we got machine shop. We got Spur.
Yeah.
Spur Engineering. They did all the hubs for us. So we put the bearings in. That allowed us then to put on 5x112 hubs and the bearings and everything like that, the discs, the brakes, so everything from a Passat, and we're putting on all new stuff. So that's what all this is. They're the rear brakes that we're going to put on today, rear pads, rear calipers. What are they? They're the carriers. And they are, the right carriers. Problem that we have as well, you guys, most of you guys, if you're building kit cars or all like that, they always want to know your reg number and everything like that, and sometimes it's like, well, I'm making it up as I go along.
We ain't got a reg for that.
No, we ain't got a reg for it. So we got a reg and they were saying, oh no, they're the wrong ones, but they are the right ones. So we've got all that lot to go on. We've also got, we've been playing about with, we've got air suspension on it. So stay there, I'll show you. That's the rear airbag. We've got obviously the fittings to go on top of it. So that's the rear airbag.
we had some fittings
for it. We had some fittings for it. So that's the rear airbag. And we needed a compressor. Tank we had upstairs, didn't we? We had a spare tank. So we needed a compressor and airlift management. Oh, they're the rear hubs, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
They're Passat rear hubs. We've just got to cut that off, which is the ABS ring in it. So we've got to cut that off, that goes on. So they're to go on as well. So we're going to do all the rear suspension today, aren't we? That's going to be done. So thank you very much to Luke from Plush down in Nottingham Way. I think they're Nottingham Way. ABP, Plush, whichever. you'll find them on the internet. And Luke, very kindly, I do a lot of work with Luke anyway, we buy a lot of air ride for the vans. He sent me management, quarter inch, was it quarter? It's quarter, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, so he sent me full management system, which is all that lot in there. Management system, so that's 3P management. He also sent me a pump, compressor pump, and all the wiring and fittings. So he sent me all of that, and he did me a really good discount. So massive thanks to Plush and to Luke down there. If you need anything for air ride, give them guys a shout. They are brilliant at what they do. So let's get this lot on. Should we have a cuppa first, and then we'll?
Oh yeah.
Because I've talked too much. That's per.
You have.
What Alexis has just been doing there is cleaning up the. What did we call this? I can't remember what we called it.
Panhard rod.
A what?
Panhard rod.
Panhard rod. Didn't I say that last time?
That's what we decided.
Oh, well, that's what we decided. That's what we're calling it. He's just cleaning it up so we can get these bushes through. These are the originals, aren't they? Yeah. And they're still really good, actually. So they're going in. I'm going to... We're not putting these bushes in the end because they are a little bit not... They're not brilliant, are they? They're just a little bit slack, so we're not bothered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the... Where are they? Oh, there we go. I'm going to put the bearings on. So I've just got to cut off the ABS ring on the back of the hub bearing. So that's going to go on there. This is, let's say, the original Audi 100 rear axle. And then this part here that you can actually see there, that's off the Passat. So that was on the rear trailer arms, wasn't it? Yeah, the rear trailer arms on the Passat. So we've cut that off, measured it about 300 times to make sure they're level, and then we'll make sure that we can put our bearings and hubs onto the rear axle of that. And that's about it, really, isn't it? And then everything else should bolt up. We're not going to put the bushes in, like say, that sport it. We just ordered some new ones of them, so they're not going to be here this week, so we'll do that next time. Bushes for the air ride. The strut, yeah. Right, we've got both bushes in the bottom that I dropped out. Yes, yeah. Right. So we'll put the bags in first, and then we'll get the rear axle onto that foam, and then raise it up and bolt it and do it that way. Right, and that's going straight up into, can we see? Yep. Into that part there. Right. So we're using the old Audi bushes. And, no. I mean, no. We probably, by the time I get the, yeah, we're about 10 mil off. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's about 10 mil off, mate, before that's going to go through. Right, we're going to have to shave that down, aren't we? These are the problems that we have when you're doing custom stuff. Yeah. This needs shaving down by a good 10 millimetres. Shave it down from the bottom.
Yeah, because that part fits into
that. Fits in there, yeah. Right. Okay. So that's the before and after. Yep. It's all right. Nice and straight. Airbags in.
Ooh, let me get out of the way.
There you go. Rear axles all built up. So we'll get that in now. What we're going to do, we're going to put it in, slide it in, and then
panhard rod to fasten.
Panhard rod on to fasten on, and then we can run airlines, can't we?
Airlines to airbags. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Right. Do that. So some things have gone to plan today. We've got the suspension in, it's not fully in. We've had to leave the front bushes out that connect the front arm in on the axle. They're a little bit plain then, weren't they?
Yeah, they're just a bit baggy, aren't they?
Yeah, about a millimetre off. So we just need to do some, get some other bushes. I've had a look on polybush sites and all sorts, and there's no that's close, so I might have to adapt something, I think. Rear brakes are on, so new calipers, new discs, new bearings, all the rear frame, rear axles, should I say, that's all powder coated, been all brand new powder coated. Airbags are in, they're all bolted up, airlines are run through, same on the front, they're all done. So I think next week what we're going to do is put the tank in, the management, and front steering rack needs to go on if we can get that on as well, because the boots have just arrived.
Have just arrived,
yeah.
Boots, haven't they?
So we'll get them on, and we need to start planning on what sort of wheels we're going to do. We need to look at that. Might actually try one of the Gullwing wheels on.
Yeah, see what it looks like.
Yeah, 19-inch wheels. I think it might be a bit too big.
It might be a little bit on big side, that.
Yeah, so we'll leave it at that. Mercedes is, the Gullwing's down with Steve, so we're going to leave that with him. I don't think we're going to visit him for probably a week or two, because he wants to crack on with it and get the job done, don't he? And we've also got another project that we're going to be starting as well, aren't we, soon? Mm. So parts for that are being delivered. So we need to start looking at that. Like I say, because obviously to do this, we've got to have more than one car really. So otherwise it'll get a bit, what's the word? We'll get a bit
monotonous.
Yeah, well the problem is, like I've said, when we're waiting for parts, isn't it, like this, because we're waiting for the bushes now for here, we can't just sort of stop, can we, and say, oh, we won't do a video for a week.
Yeah.
That's a problem that we are having, and I know a lot of people are having out there as well, try to get hold of parts. Parts are really difficult to get hold of. So we'll get them done this week, get the air ride and everything done next week anyway. On the Gullwing as well, massive thank you to everybody that sent me a comment and let me know what your thoughts were on the paint for the Gullwing. Mostly 95% positive, weren't they?
Yeah.
So that was good. The paint does look completely different in different lights as well, doesn't it? Yeah. We have had it out when it got delivered to Steve. The sunshine came out for a change, and completely different colour with the paint then. It looked really, really nice. So we're not going to bother him, because I want to leave him to get on with the interior. That's it, not waffling anymore. Right, we will see you next week. Have a great weekend. Please like, subscribe, do all the usual stuff. Bye from me.
Bye from me.
Oh, God, I get all on my knees.